Oh, it's been a hell of a day. Time to snorkel some news. Boot up depth, and hey, we've got an update. Let's check out and see if there's some patch notes. Item crafting, earning treasure chests, new sharks. All aboard the hype train. Choo choo! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Virixiss, and holy mother of God did Digital Confectioners just hit this update out of the fucking water. You remember all that stuff I was saying in previous videos about getting people more involved with the game? How figuring out a reason for people to log in every day was going to be paramount for depth to increase its overall population? Now, I always knew Digital Confectioners was listening to us because they've proven they have in the past, but holy shit, I wasn't expecting all of this in just one update. Now, let's very quickly break this update down to its constituent parts, because I need to get back in the water and start playing games again. So let's talk about the new sharks first. We finally know what new sharks Digital Confectioners has been thinking about. Now, because of the roadmap, we knew they were going to add a new one, but we didn't know what kind or even what role they would fill. But allowing us to decide on the shark we get as a community is probably the best plan ever. It allows us to glimpse into Digital Confectioner's thought process, it engages us as players, it encourages us to stay in games and to keep logging in and finishing games. And finishing games earns you points towards the shark team you select on the main menu, and you'll see it on the right side of your screen as you log in. You can select either Team Goblin Shark, which is a perennial community favorite, or the Oceanic White Tip, which also has its own little sort of popularity, kind of floating around as probably the most likely man-killer shark in the real world that we could add. Now, there's nothing said about how either shark will behave, what their stats are going to be, what their abilities are going to be, nothing. Digital Confectioners has stated that adding a new shark to the game is going to take an intense amount of resources, so they don't want to put forward all those resources making two sharks when one of them is not going to be made. However, they said when the shark is settled on by the community, DE has promised that it will be the highest quality that they can make, and it will be thematically true to its own nature, meaning, you know, as far as they can for gameplay purposes anyway. And presumably, it's going to have its own definitive playstyle and instead of feeling like a watered-down version of another shark, which I think is to be said for highest quality. Two more major things in this update that we're going to get on about, and this is the main reason why I want to get back into playing. You can earn the treasure chests that have been released with this update. Fantastic! Completing games is going to allow you to collect Shark Fight treasure chests, which are loot boxes that contain a random piece of loot from this loot table, which I'm going to flash up on the screen right now. There are several good-looking things in here, including a brand new bull shark skin that looks dope, which is nice because the bull shark doesn't have a whole lot of really good skins. A completely redesigned harpoon gun, a great white shark in chains, a kind of meh-looking hammerhead skin. Beyond that, it is full of super bright colors, which, as you guys know, is my favorite type of colors. And this update is looking to be great on terms of items. Not a whole lot, but it is a free update. So, you know what? I'm not going to complain too much, especially since we can earn them simply by playing the game during the event. Now, because of all these new items, we're going to lean into the next thing, which is item crafting. The very thing I was talking about in my last video, which I thought we weren't going to get, DE proved me into a fucking liar, and I am okay with it. Now, the way you can recycle items is by sacrificing 6 items of the same rarity to get a new rarity, or get one new skin of the rarity above it. So, all those frickin' harpoon checkmates and DPV checkmates that I have, and it looks like, according to this graphic here, I'm not the only one that has that problem, they're going to be useful. Even if you never use them, or even if you like them, you're probably going to get a whole lot of drops, so at least the coastal drop is going to be cool. They're going to be useful. It's going to encourage you to stay in games and keep playing. So this is probably the update that's going to be the most impactful in terms of community longevity, I think, and it's going to be pretty good. It'll also help encourage the marketplace to move weapons around. So that will be very, very nice. The very last thing that they've decided to add is the social bar. Basically, they are moving the great big hunk, the right side of the window from the old UI, and they are moving it down to a single bar at the bottom of the screen. They have said it holds the same functionality as that big chunk of the screen, but they're using it right now currently for the Shark Fight update, and they said later on there will be continued priority use for the right side of the UI screen. So that's basically it in terms of this update. Now, rest assured, I will be breaking this update down even further about what it means to the community, how I feel about it, and what this all means moving forward for depth. I'm going to be tying this into a major video that I'm going to be releasing here soon. That's honestly going to be more like a podcast than anything else, so prepare for that. Other than that, I have to get back in the water, and so do you, so I will see you in the water. My name is Virixiss, guys, and thanks for watching.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through
to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometimes, and I want to spend some time with you.
just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.